This is going to be the hair with a straight ponytail and a poof for juniors, seniors, or minis. First, what we're going to do is you're going to want to take the section you're going to use for the poof. You're going to want to use a pretty big amount. You want to make sure that it shapes her forehead nicely. Kind of poof it up a little bit to make sure you have enough. So here I'm probably going to take a little more. I like to go from the front back and kind of make like a V. So you want the front to be kind of wide, and then as you go in you want a thinner in the back, kind of like a triangle. So once you have that, you're going to section this off, put that down there, and then you're just going to want to pull this hair back so that it doesn't get in the way. Just tie it with a hair tie. Okay. You want to comb through the hair that you're going to use for the poof. Make sure there's no knots or anything. Okay, you're going to want to do this in sections. So start from the back, flip that hair forward, and you're going to want to tease this section. Spray a little first, and then tease down. Go from the top down. You're going to want to tease as much as you can so you can get the most amount of height. And then just flip that back. And then again, take another section. Tease down, spray. Flip it back. You're going to want to save a front piece here to cover all the mess. So that's going to be, this is going to be kind of like my cover up. And then the rest I'm going to tease. Now the cover up part, you do want to tease a little bit. Most girls are going to have a part, so in order so that it doesn't separate like that, you are going to want to do a little bit of a tease just to blend it all together nicely. Now after here, you're going to want to kind of just bring it all together. Maybe brush it a little bit with a comb. Stick your comb in and pick it a little bit so that it blends. Want to make sure it goes down nicely on the sides too, so you have no gaps. Want to make a nice poof, not make sure it doesn't look kind of like a cone. Want a nice round. I like to spray it and then brush over it so the hair falls in place correctly, and then get all those little flyaways in. Then from here, you're going to pin it as close to where you want to make sure it's not pinned too far down here. You want to make sure it's pinned up closer to where the poof is. I'm going to pin it in an X form. So put one to the side, and then you're going to want the other one to cross over it so that it stays good. And then after I pin it, I like to look in the front, look in the sides, make sure it's to my liking. Check the front, check the sides, put some spray, brush over it again, make sure all the flyaways are in place. If any hairs come loose or anything, you can just pin them down. And then from here, you're going to work on the ponytail. Can I borrow your hair tie? Do you have one? No, I don't want that one. Thanks. Okay. From here, you're going to want to take the tail of the poof and just kind of put it over, because you don't want that to be in your ponytail just yet, because it'll get in the way. Just want to brush this back. Make sure all her hair's up and it's nice and neat. I like to spray while I'm still holding the ponytail. Spray it all around, and then put the brush through it again so it looks nice and sleek. Hold this for me right there. Put a little more. And if she has a lot of little hairs at the bottom of her neck, I would put some gel there, just to make sure that it stays. There's nothing flying down. And you can always use bobby pins to pin those up too. You want the ponytail to get as close to the poof as possible, because you need your ponytail to be as high as it can get. You're going to want to make sure it's tight. Use a couple hair ties if you need to. Pull it up a little bit and then pull down. And you want to spray again. I like to spray and then use the same comb I used to tease to kind of brush over it again. Make sure everything's flat. None of these little hairs right here are sticking out. And then the tail of the poof, now you're going to put over the regular hair and then put in your bow. After you have your bow in, you're going to want to set it up. Pull the hair tighter again. You're going to want to pin the wings of the bow down just at the corner right here, just so that while they're moving it doesn't fall out or get crooked. And then again, I like to go in the front and check and make sure everything's even. Pull tighter, and then again you want to brush through the ponytail. And you can either straighten her hair before you do all this, or you could just straighten the ponytail like I'm going to. And this, you just pull off sections. And straighten the ponytail. And put a brush through it, make sure it's as straight as it can get. Put the comb through it. And then before you're almost done, you're just going to want to tease the ponytail from under to top to give it some volume. You just want to tease where close to the ponytail. You don't want to tease the ends. Just want to tease the bottoms so it gets some height. Just kind of fluff it out. Every time after you're done teasing, make sure you fluff it out and just kind of spread it out with your fingers. Fluff it out. Make sure the ends are all nice. Fluff this up a little bit. Again, just at the tip of the ponytail. Pull tight. And then spray with hairspray all over again. We just kind of pat the poof down a little bit if it's too pointy. Make sure all her little flyaways are in place. Lift up the ponytail, get under there again, get under the ponytail. And then just kind of make sure everything is in place. Brush the ends if you need to, if they look a little knotty. Poof this up a little bit if you need to. Again, make sure the bow's on in place. Pull a little tight. You're probably going to want to use 2 hair ties and then the bow. And again, just fluff this out. And then your hair. And there you go.